Yo, what is up? So, I thought I'd do a video on Nioh because I'm absolutely loving it. It's very addictive once you start playing it, if you like these slow games anyway. Um, I've actually upgraded my sword. I'm getting a lot of different items to use in battles, like the boss fights, which do actually come in handy. So, in this one, coming up to a boss, I just basically meet up with this woman who I've literally there's been a few cutscenes, so but she's only appeared a couple of times. But this was pretty good. I mean, this is just we had to defeat a few enemies before coming up to the boss fight. So I just do all that, and as I said, it is definitely one of them games where you can easily fuck up if you're not careful. But he's a brilliant challenge so far. I mean, like I said, it's more challenging with the boss fights and everything else compared to other games, so it's definitely right on my street. Definitely some very interesting boss fights. I like the tactical element of the game. I really love that tactical side of it. I just love that there's just so many different ways you can defeat a boss. The jitsu, you can craft all that, and then you can literally craft bombs, whatever you like mostly, and add poison to them or something else. So you learn all these new skills. With my character, I'm basically trying to make him OP with his weapons like the swords and all that, just to overwhelm bosses mostly. So I did have a boss before this as well, called Nioh. It's some big monster that literally breathes lightning, so that was a bit tricky. It took me a couple of times, and then I've done it, and then so you just got to basically work them out. I usually always work them out in the end, and this one, it took me, I think actually took me, yeah, I died on the first time, and then I thought, well, I'll change a few things up. So you can get these different items where you can actually reduce the enemy's attack a bit, or you can enhance your own attack with your weapon, like add some poison. You get that creative freedom to do what you want a lot of the time within reason. And I mean, what I ended up doing on the previous boss to this was actually I found out if I do 2 slashes roll forward, I can avoid his attack because it's like some big lion, and then he basically tries to swipe you with his claws, and then you can avoid that if you roll forward quickly. You got to time it, and you can get another 2 slashes in. So that's how I defeated him. And then I literally come with that tactic because I ran out of bombs and all that. Bombs would actually work quite well, I think, against this Nioh boss, and so I done him, and then in this one I found out the first time. I worked out a few of his moves, what he does, and then I just thought, well, I'm actually doing a lot of damage, so I thought I'd just be more aggressive when I can, and then just completely destroy him if I could. But one of the items I used, the talisman, they're called a talisman, or so you can basically ready them in at the shrine. So I used that to reduce his power. So I thought that worked well if I'm being more aggressive at times, so I don't take as much damage, although he does do a lot of damage when you get caught. So he's got very fast attacks once he starts doing them, so you've got to avoid them. But what I found is with my character, his strength, and this new sword I actually unlocked. It's called the Heshikiri Asabe, I think it's called. And I think I've pronounced that right, but it's a famous Japanese sword, and I unlocked that, and it's been really good. This is what I'm using there. So I've been using that, and I really like it. So you got to use it a bit. So I'm applying the potion there, as you see. So that's supposed to paralyse them when you attack, and I've done a good bit of damage there already, knocked him down. So I thought that was working well. So you got to take your time, I was using this pillar actually to defend myself at times when I needed to heal up or apply another potion. So you see on the bottom left, I've got that other potion, which basically, oh yeah, opened them up there. So when you get that red circle, you stun them. So I thought, well, I'm doing a lot of damage here, and then so that's supposed to weaken them, weaken their armor. This potion mod, so I've put 2 on. So I basically done that, and then it seemed to be working. So I think that's a pretty good tactic. Getting it, there's so many bloody names on this game with the potions, but it's basically a potion I created at the shrine, and it's, I can't actually remember the name of it. I've been so immersed in this game that I'm not taking notice of a lot of the potions, but it's basically looks like that on the D-pad bottom left. So it's the one on the right D-pad, and you see it worked really well against this guy here, Tachibana. So as you can see, he's all, yeah, so I actually pretty much destroyed him in this one, to be fair. The first one, it just surprised me with his bloody attacks. Like, he would literally launch himself, and once you get caught, it's a bit hard to get out of it. He does a lot of damage. I did use at times, you can use that Kiri block and you press Y. So that works a couple of times, but I mostly just overwhelmed him, really. That was the main tactic. I had to take a few hits, but I had enough health potions. So that was my strategy to beat him. So I think I just really like how all these bosses are quite different. Some games like Suicide Squad, it was literally the same sort of boss. They were just flying around, and then you had to basically counter-attack them with a, I don't know, I mean, it weren't exactly like there was a lot of abilities on that game. So that bored me to death, that Suicide Squad. But these games where all the bosses are different, you can include Black Myth Wukong. There's all different bosses you can face. So I do like that, where you just got there's always a different approach for each boss, and that's what I like. It keeps things really interesting, really. And I like how all the different abilities and all that just come in handy depending on the situation. It's like the game sort of hints at you that you've got to use it. So they're not just in the game for no reason, these extra potions or whatever. They do come in handy. There's quite a few things. I mean, I did have a look. You can actually, there is a way of getting like some unlimited health potions, stuff like that. You get a percentage of chance depending on your armor and stuff. So that's another thing I like. Like I was watching Fighting Cowboy on one video, and he actually got lucky where he was throwing a bomb, and then he ended up with unlimited bombs, which was good. I mean, so that sort of thing can happen with the right gear and with a bit of luck. So I do like all that. So yeah, I mean, I'd definitely recommend this game. For me, it is like out of 100, I'd literally give it a 95 out of 100. That is how impressed I am with it. I think it is a bloody amazing game. I mean, last few days I haven't been able to get off it really when I've been playing it. So, I mean, we got Mafia Old Country coming out Friday, but so I'm definitely going to check that out. But this game just keeps calling to me because it's definitely I like a challenge, and there is. I didn't think there was going to be a great story, but actually, so far there's been some good cutscenes in it with some interesting people. So it's got a bit of that as well, and they're not just reusing assets, which is good, because I thought at the start they might be, but they were just mostly you do a main mission, and then you go back to it to do some sort of side quests, and then you move on. So after this, I'm going to be going to the second region, it's called. So I've done the first region, so I've done all that, and we'll see what happens with the next region. But yeah, absolutely loving it. So, in any Dark Souls player, I think would love this, because it's definitely a great game for me. And I like all the weapons. You can actually add abilities to your weapons. in between missions. I'd done that, so I added a final blow chance of 14% and a few other things. So that's a bit, you got to keep doing it. So I think you find materials and then you can basically forge your weapon or whatever and see what you get. So I'll do like that. Anyway, that's it for me, so thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.